Hi guys, I'm Megan Land, the intuitive actress, and I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about all or nothing mentality and how detrimental it can be. So, it's October. I just wanted to point out my adorable, if I can do this, pumpkin over here. I get really excited about the season, so nothing to do with the video. Just had to share how adorable that is. So, anyway, um, all or nothing mentality affects us all because we get into if it isn't perfect, then we will do this thing where we're like, screw it. Just screw it. If it's not perfect, I'll start Monday. I will, do better next month. And then it's almost like then we tend to go into our addictions and old patterns, right? So when we do that, we get more of the same. And then you know, I've said this in like multiple videos now, but doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, is one of the definitions of insanity. So right, so like we do the same things over and over and we expect something to magically appear differently. That's not usually how it works. Energetically, we have to make a shift. And shifts tend to happen, we go to the extreme. Like, I'm never going to make it if I don't get discovered in the laundromat or something. No, most shifts happen small. Both save, like even saving money. It's like even if you save $200 a month by the end of the year, you've got some money, right? Um, we tend to just not do it at all because like I'll wait till I make more, and then when that happens, it's like now I've got things to pay back, things like that with budgeting. So like every little bit helps is my mantra to replace all or nothing mentality. So if you're one of these perfectionists are actually extra guilty of all or nothing mentality because their thing is like, if it isn't perfect, I'm not even going to get started. And nothing's ever perfect. There's never perfect conditions. Even if they're good, they're not usually perfect. So, that being said, it's more important to just get started and think every little bit helps. So let's look at this in terms of money, like I said, savings. Let's look at it in terms of health. Like every workout, every healthy choice you make adds up and accumulates toward the goal you want, right? Career-wise, so if you're waiting till the perfect moment or till you have everything all together and don't get started, you probably are not going to be able to build a business or a brand because no one will know who you are. And the more people know who you are and the reputation gets going and your advertising gets going, that's when things start to snowball. That's when things start to happen. When I started my intuitive business, which is most of you know me, my career outside of acting, and it's been very, very successful. That happened because I started learning the cards. I was really drawn to them in the 8th grade. And I started doing tarot card readings since like I was 14 years old. And then, I did them for years and years and years for fun. In college, I discovered more and more. I had intuitive ability that I kind of knew about when I was about 11, 12. I had prophetic dreams and things. But around college, I want to say I'm busy because that other YouTuber guy, that's really cool. Anyway, my phone's buzzing. But in college, it really kind of took off because I was reading for everyone in the theater department. I was reading for everybody in the dance department, all the sorority girls. Like everyone was coming to me for readings. I didn't charge anything. It was my hobby. I was the go-to girl for that. And it was really fun. I loved it. Everyone's like, you should be doing this professionally. And I started hearing that in college. I waited several more years to get going because I was still waiting for it to be perfect, but I was also accumulating experience, etc. So then, like, I got offered an opportunity years later to read on the weekends at a restaurant professionally with a bunch of belly dancers, and they wanted that, and I'm like, oh, I'm a reader. And so I ended up doing that, opened up my thing in the marketplace, like had a little booth in the marketplace of Austin, built up my reputation, and then it took off. I had to open up full time because I no longer could meet people at coffee shops or whatever because I had too big of a clientele. My point behind this story is not about my business, although come on in for a reading. My point about this is if I'd been waiting for it to be perfect or already be built or go from 0 to 60, I never would have gotten started. I never would have this business that completely supports my acting career, which is very rare. I mean, how many people can say that in Los Angeles? You just have to get started. You just have to start. And the other half of this video, I'm not comfortable. There, Hollywood. What? I love this pillow. So the other part of this video is going past the place you normally stop. We all have a place where we normally go, oh, I'm doing it again, oh, it's ruined, F it, and then we just go into our addictions and old patterns again. So if you really want to shift your life, if you really want to move forward in a new way that you've never been before and step out there and take risks and become the person you know you can be, you're going to have to push past the point where you feel like stopping or you feel like giving up or it gets hard. Because everything will get hard at some point. Even the best of things will have moments where it's difficult and challenging. You'll know when you're kind of dunsies, usually. My brother and my favorite word, dunsies. But you have to push past that place where you feel like stopping. Most people will stop, especially if you're an artist, especially if you're a healer. There will be days that you don't think you can go on. That's normal. Do it anyway. Do the things that balance your soul. Do the things that help you get to a place where you're okay, where you're happy, where you don't need it so badly, while keeping the fire of needing it so badly alive. It's like a really tricky balancing point. But I think the most important thing to know is every little bit helps, and you have to go past the point where you stop. Really practical today. I'm going to do a tiny, I was told by my guides today that I have to do a tiny little check-in with you. So I'm just going to let that be channeled. So just close your eyes for a second, and we'll do a quick check-in about this. Okay. So just let the answer drop in while you're breathing. What is an area of your life in which you always go to all or nothing? What is another area of your life where you always go into all or nothing mentality, where I'll never be good enough and tend to give up? So for the first one, tell yourself 3 things that you're going to do where you push past where you usually stop. 3 things you're going to shift this month. Okay, for the second one, name off 3 things that you're going to do differently past the place you normally give up and stop. Finish that up. Okay, and lastly, can you forgive yourself for not being perfect and know that your best is good enough? If yes, good for you, you're done. If no, it's time to get some therapy or something else that can help you work on forgiving yourself for past wrongs, because you've got a block there around self-love. And that needs to get fixed first before you can move forward sometimes. For the rest of you, press on. Good job. And I will talk to you later. Be sure to like and subscribe, and have a great October.